The Torah portion for this week is Devarim. Devarim, or words, Deuteronomy 1:1 through 3:22. Devarim is the title of the last book of the scroll, and the title of the first Torah portion therein. Devarim means words. The English word is called Deuteronomy. The Hebrew title of the book comes from the opening phrase, "These are the words which Moshe spoke to Israel across the Jordan in the wilderness." Chapter 1, verse 1 begins, "These are the words Moshe spoke to all Israel on the far side of the Jordan, in the desert, in the Aravat, across from Sur, between Paran and Tophel, Lavan, Hatzerot, and Divzara. It is 11 days' journey from Horeb to Kadesh Barnea by way of Mount Sur. On the first day of the 11th month of the 40th year, Moshe spoke to the people of Israel, reviewing everything Elohim had told him. This was after he had defeated Sihon, the king of Emorai, who lived in Heshbon, and Og, king of Bashat, who lived in Ashtarot, at Edrei, there beyond the Jordan, in the land of Moab. Moshe took it upon himself to expound on this Torah, and he said, Elohim spoke to us in Horeb. He said, "You have lived long enough by this mountain. Turn, get moving, go to the hill country of Emorai, and all the places near there, in Arava and hill country, the Shephelah, the Negev, and by the seashore, the land of the Canaani, and Lavanon, as far as the great river, the Euphrates River. I have set the land before you. Go in, take possession of the land Elohim swore to give to you. Elohim swore to give to your ancestors, Avraham, Yitzhak, and Yaakov, and their descendants after them." The children of Israel were to take the land. They were not to hesitate. They were not to procrastinate. They were to take the land. There are many things that can be said about taking the land. They were not to go around the mountain one more time. They were to conquer. They had seen the promised land, and they were denied entry because they took the wrong direction. They had seen the promised land, and they hesitated. They had seen the promised land, and due to lack of faith, they did not move forward. Are you to move forward, or are you hesitating? Do you lack in faith? What does the scripture say about faith? Over 400 times in the scriptures, faith is mentioned. If you have the faith of a mustard seed, you have all you need. Verse 22 reads, "You approached me, every one of you, and said, 'Let's send men ahead of us to explore the country for us and bring back word concerning the route we should use in going up and what the cities we encounter are like.' The idea seemed good to me. So I took 12 of your men, one from each tribe, and they set out, went up into the hills, came to the Eshcol Valley, and reconnoitered it. They took some of the produce of the land and brought it down to us. They even brought back word to us, 'The land Elohim is giving us is good.' But you would not go up. Instead you rebelled against the words of Elohim, your Elohai, and in your tents you complained. It's because Elohim hated us that he brought us out of the land of Egypt onto the land only to hand us over to the Emorai to destroy us. What sort of place is it that we're heading for? Our brothers made our courage fail, and they said, 'The people are bigger and taller than we are. The cities are greater and fortified up to the sky.' And finally, we have the Anakim there. I asked you, Don't be fearful. Don't be afraid of them. Elohim, your Elohai, who is going ahead of you, will fight on your behalf, just as he accomplished all the things for you in Egypt before your eyes, and likewise in the desert, where you saw Elohim, your Elohai, carried you, like a man carries a child, along the entire way you traveled, until you arrived at this place. Yet in this matter you did not trust Elohim, even though he went ahead of you, seeking out places for you to pitch your tents, and showing you which way to go, by fire at night, and by cloud the day. Elohim has chosen your path. Which path do you take? Do you move forward, or do you continue to move backwards? Do you hesitate, or do you progress? Do you look at the enemies as if they're bigger than you? And by enemies we mean anything that is not of Elohim. Is it a bigger obstacle for you to battle? Or should you step back? Should you step back and assess which route did the spies take when they went into the promised land? Did they take the route told to take by Elohim, or did they take another route? Did they see the giants as bigger than them, or were they supposed to see the giants as smaller than them? Read the story again. Read it in detail and apply it to your life. Are you seeing things from your perspective or from the perspective of Elohim? Elohim looks at us from the perspective of an airplane. From an airplane's perspective, your problems are insignificant, but being orchestrated specifically according to his will. Follow the Faith Network and get ready to expand and increase in faith.